attack on London Bridge. The attackers could be heard shouting, "This is for Allah." The question is, are American Muslims doing enough in the fight against ISIS? Joining me now, American Muslim and Daily Beast columnist Dean Obeidallah, and president of the American Islamic Forum, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. So, Dean, we're going to start with you. Sure. We had our people look for examples of Muslims in America protesting terrorism. And I got to be honest with you, we didn't find a lot of examples.
They're doing something better than protesting. They're actually turning in people who are extremists. The shooter in Orlando was turned in by a fellow Muslim from his mosque to the FBI. We have 1,000
That hasn't
Muslims.
been verified yet.
Muhammad Malik wrote an article about it.
Okay.
He wrote an article for the Washington Post saying he did.
Okay, but FBI sources have not verified that, but go ahead.
There are literally 1,000 Muslim Americans serving in the NYPD right now. Most of them are police officers. There's 5,000 Muslim Americans serving in our military, proudly defending all of our rights. We're out there. And within the Muslim community, there's a lot of work. There are imams working with the FBI at night because the radicalization is happening online.
I do think visually it would create a big kind of momentum shift if other Americans could see video of a massive amount of American Muslims out there on the streets protesting ISIS. Zuhdi, let me ask you this. There's a UK poll that came out of British Muslims, and it was very disturbing. It said this: 2 out of 3 Muslims in Britain would not give the government any information if they knew the details about a terror plot. What does that say to you?
Well, it says to me, listen to this conversation. It's almost as if Dean is still on 9/12/2001, and we're 16 years later. There's been an Arab awakening. There are large global movements, and the underbelly of terrorism, which is the final endpoint when they strap the belt on, the underbelly is this complicity, if you will, the homophobia, the anti-Semitism, the 30% that said they would chop the hands of those who steal, the 40% that said they would stone and commit acts that are medieval but part of Sharia law. So what the Dean Obeidallahs of the world, what the deans of the world are missing is they're in denial. We need a 12-step program. We think somehow that terrorism self-combusts out of nowhere, and we're not dealing with any of the precursors of radicalization. So therefore Americans aren't stupid. They sort of say, wait a minute, you guys are doing the hashtag, email, fax condemnations, but you're doing nothing for your legacy, for your children, to fix the causes of this radicalization.
Yeah, Dean, I want you to respond to that. It seems like a lot of the Muslims here in America are more upset over Trump's travel ban than they are ISIS beheading people. What's that all about?
Just so it's clear, because I know a lot of my fellow Americans don't hear Muslims denounce terrorism. We just don't denounce it. We despise it. My Facebook feed today is filled with Muslims from around the world calling this attack out. ISIS is the enemy of Islam. Just so it's clear, it's not about Islam. It's not Islam versus the West. It's ISIS versus all of us. In Afghanistan,
it does have something to do with Islam.
I'm not denying that. If they weren't Muslim, they wouldn't be doing it. The reason they're doing it is different for each one. In Afghanistan this week, 90 people killed by ISIS. Those are Muslims they killed. At their funeral, 12 other people killed yesterday. That doesn't get covered in the West. So the problem with that is Americans don't see that ISIS is slaughtering Muslims. President Trump, to his credit, went to Saudi and said 95% of the victims of ISIS are Muslims. And I applaud President Trump for making that statement there to make it clear to our fellow Americans. So we despise them. We want to see them eliminated, destroyed, and killed more than people of other faiths want to see them, because the backlash comes to our community.
Are you going to filibuster or listen?
Go ahead.
Hold
Doctor.
on. You're talking like a drunk at a bar who is saying that we're taking away the keys from the drunk drivers. We're really part of it, but you're ignoring the substance. But let me finish what I'm saying. But you're also, by using Afghanistan and our families in Syria and others, over there they truly are threatened by the militants, and they are the victims. But here, us reformers are the victims of you non-violent Islamists who marginalize us and diminish our...
Zuhdi, you just call me a non-violent... This is ridiculous. Zuhdi, first of all, update your script. The fact you know nothing about going on in the Muslim community because you're rejected by our community. You're not around. People don't even want you. Yes.
You do nothing to reform. You're ignoring the Sharia supremacist books of Shafii and other ideologies.
Muslim Americans are on the front line of this country, working with law enforcement.
Absolutely not.
Listen, let him finish. You know what? Don't insult him.
Don't insult him. Drunk guy.
Listen, calling you a drunk guy was a euphemism.
It was not.
It was a figure of speech. Okay, so let's not get too excited. Guys, I got to run. Dean, Doctor, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.